One more inspection, going to check this hive. It's pretty active right now. I love the black look of some of these bees. They're like pitch black. I think the entrance is open enough on this one that I'm going to leave it. At some point I might pull it back a little bit, but for right now, again, it's going to be cold next week. I think a week and a half, 2 weeks from now, we'll finally get into consistently warm weather, but for now I'm going to leave this one buttoned up some. So I put a little smoke in the entrance to let them know I'm coming. I see pollen going in the entrance, so I know that they're raising bees. I see bees right up here on the top, so I know that I have the cluster up in the top box coming out of winter. Just gonna put a little smoke in, let them know I'm coming up here. Take this off so I don't lose it. This was on here to keep the top open just a little bit to make sure that this hive ventilates in the winter time. Always check to see if there's any bees there before you put your fingers in. I'll open it from the front. I'm going to do the same thing. Tilt the box up, pull it forward a little bit so this back edge rests on the edge and it doesn't slip off. And I'm just going to look at the underside of the comb and see if I see any queen cells and just a quick sense of what I have going on here. Pull it forward a little, tilt it up. The reason I'm tilting it this way is the sun's coming from the front, so I can take a look. So I'll literally just lay it back flat so the light comes in. I'm looking for any evidence of queen cells underneath the bottom of the frames. I don't see any. Looks like a really good population for this hive. You could see a lot of bees in between all the frames. And the bottom box is just loaded with bees. So that's all I need to see. I know I got pollen coming in, they're raising brood. This is a box that in very short order needs honey supers up on the top because spring is just about to come to fruition here. So yeah, nice population in this box. Well done. All right, let me put it back together and be done with it. One other observation that I have is they're very industrious. That to me means that they're finding nectar somewhere. Not been stung, I'm going barehanded, and they're not pinging us or aggressive in any way, shape, or form. So when the nectar flow is on, they just go about their business and they don't bother with you.
Is that what you mean by industrious? They're so busy. They're busy. Doing their thing.
Yeah.
They're not bothering you.
Yeah, you could almost swipe your hand through the bees and they probably would not pester you that much about it. All right, so one more thing before, as I close this, is let's look at this hive next to it. Question, is this hive alive? Well, we don't see any stuff going on at the entrance, and this is a telltale sign. So it just so happens on this hive that when I made it, I cut by accident a handheld, this is a homemade box, I cut it with a saw and it creates an entrance. This debris that you see around here, we've shown it before on some of our videos, but if you walk up to your hive and you see a top entrance notch or anything with this is a robbing stain. And when you see dead bees here that have not been removed when the weather is warm, it's pretty evident this hive is not alive. There's probably a good amount of pollen store and honey stores in this box. I'm going to have to get in here in the next week and do something with all the comb in order to make sure that the wax moth don't come and take it over. I have a short period of time and then the wax moth will completely infest this hive. So for any of your dead outs, this is what you call a robbing stain, and you could also watch some. Now don't be looking at the bottom entrance and see bees coming and going, because if you look at a hive that's being robbed, a lot of times there's a lot of activity. It looks like the hive is alive. That's why you got to tilt your hives and take a look and see what's going on. All right, all done for today. Thanks for watching, everybody.